All right, guys. I'm not sure which story to talk about yet. I know one of them is the story about Malik Yoba. I don't understand that. I think what I'm gonna do is do a little bit more research on that, and then I'll probably do a story on that because that one was a shocker. And I heard a couple of people online and offline and personally tell me, because even my son was telling me last night that he said he saw Vlad TV with the latest interview with Malik Yoba, famous for New York Undercover and Why Did I Get Married 1 and 2, coming out and saying some weird shit about getting with trannies. But I like I said, I will confirm that the moment I see the video for myself as well. But nevertheless, I'm going to talk about something else. Black men, and this is my thing. Is it me, or does it seem like all black men are always stereotyped or put into a category or put into a space where they feel that you should be with everybody else? In other words, if you stand out doing your own thing and you ain't out here tripping with a bunch of baby mamas, and you ain't sitting there laying up at some girl's house playing video games all goddamn day, and you ain't out here drinking and boozing and smoking weed all day and hanging out and slanging and hanging and all that other goofy mess that certain people in our communities do, then all of a sudden they feel that you are not inclusive to what they're doing. But then again, why should you? If that's not who you're about anyway, number one. Well, let me give you an example. I used to live over in near Capitol Heights many years ago. And I had been married. I don't think I've been married, probably not even, I don't think I had been married 10 years at the time. But I was married for a number of years. You know, I had a wife, very young child at the time. You know, he was newborn when we moved. You could be looking at the road, stop looking at the mirrors so damn much. Yeah, very happily married. All right, so nevertheless, I get a new truck. It wasn't really that new. It was used, but it was kind of, it was what they call certified pre-owned, almost the same thing. Anyway, so he know I got a house. I'm a black man working. One time I was working 2 jobs, but nevertheless, I was working. Okay, I wasn't crumbing and bumming and slumming and hanging and slanging. I wasn't doing all that mess. You know, I wasn't hanging around with a bunch of guys hanging out all night. I was taking care of my business. That's a family man supposed to be. You know. So, of course, this white guy couldn't understand that I was actually doing an honest day's work and was able to ride in the rodeo. Yeah. He couldn't understand that. Wow, man, that's a lot of money for whatever it is you're doing. He didn't know what I was doing. But then again, who the fuck cares? You ain't paying for my bills in my house. My bills is getting taken care of. My wife is being taken care of. My baby getting taken care of. What do you care? You know? But he wants to make the assumption of the worst. Oh, you can't be able to do that. You can't be able to do this because you're a black man. You know? Even now, with what I'm doing now, it's like, really? People just don't want... It's almost... And I'm being serious now. It's almost like... It ain't almost, it's true. But I'll say it for the sake of the, argument. It's almost like people don't want black men to succeed. And they don't. I've even known people, and I don't really want to go there, but I'm going to have to go there. Someone very close to me. My wife And I went to visit probably about a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And they, oh my God, this traffic is horrendous and the trucks are all jammed up in here. I'm trying to. Well, anyway, so we were talking, and I think we were talking, just casual conversation. So I said something, and my wife said something, and then they were saying, "Oh, you just happen to, you guys just answer each other's questions and blah blah blah. Y'all seem to, answer the same question. It's something like that. Something about you know what the other person gonna say." And I'm like, okay, well, we kind of, there's nothing wrong with that. We're married. I'm like, and then I asked them, because they kept saying it. And at one point I said, "What's the matter? Are you jealous?" Because see, they had been divorced for a number of years. And I was really shocked because I would have thought that person would have been a lot more supportive of me and my wife. But they're not. Black people, and I ain't going to say all black people, because it's not true all black people. Although some you really want. For some reason, when it comes to men and women, husband and wife, they really don't signify on it. They don't like it. Number of them can't stand it. They can't stand the fact to see you've been in the game as long as you've been. Me and my old lady been 28 years. 20, I still came like, wow. I've been married. Somebody wanted to be married to me that long? Yeah, I guess so. You do the right things, you dot the I's, you cross the T's. You hang in there. Because it's not easy. I'm telling you right now, the first, and it's the gospel, the first 8, 9, 10 years of marriage was hell, man. It was. I was like, man, fuck this shit. For real. You had to keep working at it. Because like I was saying before, you got all these influences out here. You got mamas, grandmamas, girlfriends, cousins, acquaintances, church folk, aunties, nieces, everybody trying to influence you. And even some guys. I'm talking about this is on the women's side. But see, and sometimes you got some women that are easily influenced by that bullshit. I've seen it. And guys, at least the strong guys, aren't as easily influenced. I don't want to hear some of y'all about, oh, black women can't, you got a lot of strong black women that can't be influenced. Yeah, I guess again. Guys are less easily influenced by bullshit in terms of relationships than women are. I ain't saying that doesn't happen with all men, because you also got some guys just fall for the banana tailpipe just like women do. And I mean this in the phrase sense of it. You guys got guys out here fall for the temptation, just like women do. And the thing of it is, marriage is something you have to constantly work at. I'm telling you right now, you have to work at it. You want it right, you got to work at it. You have to be in the marriage. One of the things I've learned about being married 28 years, you have to be loving. You have to keep the fire burning. You have to be loving. You always have to present. You have to feel the same way you did for them than you do now. Because otherwise it's not going to work. If you don't, what I'm saying? Everybody has the good and bad days. But the most days, you got to know that if you love that person from the moment you met them and you've been there all these years, you got to continue to have that affection for that person and vice versa. You got to always see them as your one true significant other. You know, at least if you've been in a relationship as long as you have been. And that's how I see mine. My only true significant other. Real talk. There's no other. Real talk. And the last, in the time that I've been in my relationship, I just see it any other way. I didn't see it. There was no other way to see it but that way, because that's the way I felt. You know? How come I still ain't on the back of my car? And I know that's a used car. Anyway, but yeah, that's how I felt. I truly did. You know? And, I don't know. It's just a strong love that I have. Very strong love that I have for that person. There's no other way to look at it. There's no other way to feel about it. You know? When you have that person, that significant other, that makes you feel good every time you're around them. And this true story too. Who can make you mad, but for so long, and then you just like, wow, okay, what was that all about? You don't resort to violence. You don't resort to even thinking about hitting. Period. Ever. You know? The only thing you can think about is, hey, we love each other. We have each other's backs. We need to support each other, always. You know, you got them rough patches when you deal with things outside of the relationship, like, in other words, if you work and job and all of that. But you know it's worth it when you get home. This traffic is crazy. But you can't let outside influences influence your relationship. Because we've had that. We've had people try to do that over the years. And that, to me, can be a detriment to your relationship. What is these fools doing out here? It really can. A major detriment. Especially if you let it go that route. I put a stop to it early on in my relationship. I said, I ain't having none of that mess. Just can't. You know? That's lovely. Oh my God, that's the way the music take out here. It is. I said, 3 lane slows like that. I might as well go and jump out here. But it's just a lot of jealousy, man. People it's like people, they don't want to see black couples. They don't. They don't want to see it. They think it's a hindrance. It's kind of like I wouldn't say curse, but they think it's just not right. But it is right. It's as right as any other relationship. Especially if you treat it right. We don't have enough of it. There's not enough black love in this world when it comes to couples. A lot of women, they don't want to be married. And they don't want to see the besties married either. Even if they are. You got women like that. Oh man, you got some nasty women like that. I've dealt with that. The girlfriend problem. I think I've talked about it in the podcast before. I think somebody else did too. Anyway, when you had those girlfriends who see you all happy and stuff, and they try to sabotage. That actually did almost happen to me, for real. A couple of times. Let me give you an example of one specific one. My wife had this friend that she used to work with all the time. I'm not going to give up her name or anything. And this was before my son was born, I think. Not just before, just after. So she come over the house one day. This chick tried to make a move on me. Now, she had a tight little body on her, but man, that face, man. I mean, she wasn't a horrible person, but I just wasn't into her. But her body, she had a cool body, because I just wasn't into her. I'm being honest. And she wasn't, I mean, I said the face, just didn't do it. You know, if she had the face to match the body, I probably would have considered it. But I wasn't actually, matter of fact, I wasn't even married, and we weren't even married. But anyway, but nothing happened. And I'm being very serious. Nothing happened at all. They couldn't, because that chick had a face that could kill a horse. That's another story. I shouldn't even be saying that about her though. But she was a very nice person. But we were staying in the living room, and I don't remember if my wife was in the other room or she had stepped out or something. She was in another part of the house or outside or something. So me and her friend was talking. Next thing I know, her friend stood up, and she grabbed and hugged on me like she ready for me to make out with her. I said, whoa. She not the first girlfriend that attempted to do that with me, or my wife, you know. But I was at some point, I said, nah, we can't do this, man. We cannot do this. I love my wife too much, you know. But and it was another one, matter of fact. A brother-in-law of mine's girlfriend tried to hit on me one night. I don't even remember whose house we was in at the time. It was somebody's house. I think it was one of my sister-in-law's houses. And me and her was upstairs. I went upstairs to get something. She standing at the doorway over by the bathroom and shit. And next thing I know, she grabbing on me and shit, trying to freak me down. She was a cute girl too. But I said, whoa, I can't. No. I don't know if it was my animal magnetism or I was just a sexy motherfucker or what. I don't know what it was. But all I know, and actually, that's not the second time that happened. I mean, that's not also not the first time it happened. It's not the second time it happened. It happened a couple other times too with a couple other women. But in all of those cases, I can honestly say and this is the honest to gospel, I never went there with any of them. I really didn't. I really did not. I did not go there. Because, number one, the way I felt about my old lady. I love my old lady, man. A lot. With all my heart. Number two, just what I was saying, the girlfriend factor, where the girlfriend's always trying to sabotage relationships. And some of them do it for spite. Some of them do it just out of clear blue jealousy. Yeah. Now, probably about 35 years ago, I probably would have, at me being single, I wouldn't even care. But when you find that special someone who matters to you more than anything, that you feel can overcome with you all of the hate, the haterade and jealousy that's out here, you don't care. You're not going to deal with that mess. You're not going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe. You're going to fall simply for her. Or whoever your significant other is. You're going to fall for them. And hopefully, they'll keep it respectable the same way for you. Alright guys, let me deal with this horrible traffic. I don't know why it's so slow today. Well, actually I do know why, because the official vacation day ended on Monday. And everybody's back to work. This is DJ Wolf Live, and I'm out.